Hello and welcome back to Chasing Green Arrows. I have with me my co-host Abraziz. Man, game after game after game. I always say thick and fast, but I need another word, man, because it's becoming repetitive. Everyone's catching on to that. Game week 22 now. What is it?
No, 21.
Game week.
Oh
20,
no, sorry, 22. 22.
Game
You're
week
right.
22,
Sorry.
bro.
Sorry. I was looking at the results.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, like even I'm confused. Like there's so many games. We just finished game week 21. Another only 1 day break, and we're back in midweek, a new game week again. Man, like some surprising results. But you excited for this game week?
I think this game is a very, very, very good matchups. It's going to be a fun game week, I think.
Yeah, I think some really good games here. Let's
the
start
likes of West Ham, Villa, who's been doing well. The likes of Everton, Leeds. That's a good game. So some interesting games over there.
Yeah, 100%. And this Spurs Chelsea as well.
To end it off.
That will be very interesting. Let's
after perfect prediction of the 1-0 win of Brighton versus Spurs.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say thank you.
You were going 0-0.
I was going 1-1, and then you convinced me to change it up. And
there's no Harry Kane.
And it was going terribly wrong for me so far. So I think those 3 points will really help that. Give me save some respect to my points of the week.
Yeah, no, actually you did pretty well comparatively. I think we all scored low, but you did really well comparatively. So I think Zoe got 2 points. So we're catching up now slowly, hopefully. I mean, it's less than 10 now, the lead. I think that's a good thing. So Zoe's 2 points. I got 4 points. You got 5 points, and Ashish got 6 points. So I think it's me and you are neck and neck. You're, I think, sitting in third with 87. I'm sitting in second, 88. So we're neck and neck. So I think another good game week here and there, and you'll be catching up. But if Zoe, I think Zoe is playing around. Like once he starts taking it seriously again, it might be thing.
But don't give him so much credit, man. Don't give him so much credit.
But yeah, I mean, it's going neck and neck, and it's let's see how this one goes. You ready for this week's predictions?
Let's go.
Sheffield versus West Brom. This is a Zoe game.
Let's go. Sure. Like I said, I mean, I told you even last game week that West Brom with Big Sam, he'll look at these 6 points as very, very big points for him to save the season.
Good point against Fulham.
Yeah, he got a good point. I think he wanted 3, but he got a good point. I think this is going to be the game where he's going to be like, you know what, I need these 3 points to absolutely make sure things are like looking good for me moving into the last 15 games of the week of the season. So I think that this will be a good Big Sam, typical Big Sam performance. 1-0 to West Brom.
1-0 to West Brom. I'm going 1-0 Sheffield.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Sheffield. I never disrespect them.
Especially after they beat you.
That's exactly the reason. And then moving on, Wolves versus Arsenal, man. Arsenal looking good again. But this Wolves side, like we've seen, like, they've been a bit unpredictable, but they've not been easy to beat, especially when the big teams go there. I think they've shown a fight. So your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, at Wolves they've been okay, but I think they lose a lot of. I mean, they're very low on confidence. They even lost to Crystal Palace 1-0, who've not been at their best anyway. So I think that will be really haunt their the confidence a little bit. So that's the issue that I have with this Wolves side. But if they can show up and at home like they've been okay, I just think that Arsenal will have enough in the tank to beat them. 3-1 to Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. I'm going 2-0 to the Arsenal. I think Arsenal in really good form, man. But I won't be surprised if Wolves get a draw or maybe even 3 points. Like, I mean, because you never know with this team, man. I think Nuno always is up there for the challenge.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah, but I'll go 2-0 Arsenal. I think they just have that quality. It'll be interesting to see if the players are coming back, because the likes of Saka, the likes of Tierney, Aubameyang
Saka will, because it was precaution, I believe. Aubameyang as well. I'm not really sure what's going on with Tierney. It's just very unclear right now. So hopefully, like maybe when Arteta has his press conference, he can clear it up a little bit, and we'll see how that goes.
Yep. And then moving on to the game at Old Trafford, Manchester United versus Southampton. United with a small dip in form. You can say that they lost to Sheffield and then drew to Arsenal. Yeah. Your thoughts on this game? Southampton as well. They haven't been winning. So what do you think?
Yeah. I expect this game to be a little bit cagey. I expect, like, because I feel like Southampton were robbed. I thought that they had better chances in the game against Villa, but they lost it, and I think that the disallowed goal was also a little bit harsh. It's just one of those things. If the real Southampton can show up, it's like if the real Slim Shady can show up. If the real Southampton can show up, it's gonna be a good game to watch.
Yeah.
At this point in time, I think United's dip in form is also hampering their confidence. You can see, I mean, with the game, especially with the chances that they missed against Arsenal and stuff like that, I think that they are low on confidence, and this is the time that Ole needs to step it up and like really put that confidence back in this team. And this will be a good game for them to win. But I just feel like this slump is going to continue a little bit longer. 1-1 is my prediction.
1-1. United versus yeah, that's possible. I'll probably just go 2-1. I think for Manchester United.
Yeah.
I think they need to come back. They need to come back strong, and if they don't, it's going to be again that kind of season, right? So they need to make a statement. And I don't know what it is with United. Even when they win or lose, it's always very tight game. It's always a tight game. So let's see how that goes. But they definitely need to finish their chances.
100%. Yeah.
And the thing is, I think Southampton will have their fair share as well. So the reverse fixture was so entertaining. 2-0 Southampton were winning and 3-2. And that's why I think you made a good point about it being cagey. Maybe both teams were really attacking in that game. So maybe they might tone it down or it'll be attacking again. So let's see how that goes. But I'll go 2-1 to Manchester United. Then moving on, Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Newcastle with a win, a lot of confidence.
Finally,
Wilson got me a lot of points in the FPL. I was very happy with this performance. And Palace as well with the win. But yeah, your thoughts?
Surprisingly, against a good Everton side, I think all of us expected Everton to easily win that one, especially with the kind of form that Newcastle.
I predicted completely opposite. I said 2-0 Everton is 2-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we all predicted Everton to win this one easily. But I just feel like Newcastle's found some newfound resurgence. Crystal Palace also with that win against Sheffield it was against Wolves, which will give them confidence as well. I think this will be an interesting game. I think it'll be interesting going into this game, but I think it'll be a relatively lower quality kind of game. 1-1 would be the final result, in my opinion.
I'm going 2-2. I think it's going to be a draw as well. I'm just giving an extra couple of goals because I think both teams they can score. I think Crystal Palace are more aggressive, but Newcastle can hit them on the counter. So
fair enough. Yeah,
that's what I'm predicting. It could be a 0-0 as well, but yeah, I'm going 2-2. 2-2 Newcastle versus Palace, and then Burnley versus Man City. Burnley lost to Chelsea. I was a bit surprised with that. I don't know why I'm saying that, but credit to Chelsea. And then now it's a very tough run, man. I think they played Liverpool, United. Now they're playing Chelsea and think back to back. Man City. So Man City, it was a 1-0 win against Sheffield, not the 6-0 that I was predicting. But because there's a lot of changes made, man. The guy, Pep Guardiola, just ruined my fantasy. He just ruined Cancelo captain, Sterling vice captain, and nobody started. I don't understand. He wrote it, and it actually showed on the pitch, right? It wasn't that convincing, but they'll take the 3 points.
100%. I think that this is the thing with Pep Guardiola. He doesn't really care about the fantasy managers at all, and I think that he rotates his teams very well. I think that he does it with an uncanny sort of. I don't know. There's something about him, like when.
But he has the luxury as well.
Yeah, of course he does. But I think when you least expected, he does something like this. But he would have thought about this, right? He would have thought that Burnley is going to be a harder team to break down. So he probably need the likes of Cancelo, Sterling, and stuff like that. And then Sheffield is probably easier kind of to break down because they've been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's interesting.
So probably that's when he went, and I think he'll bring his A guys back for Burnley, and that's why I think that they'll win a little bit more convincingly. I think it'll be 2-0 to Man City. But I think that's probably what he was thinking, and I think that that's the way I think about it. And I think Burnley will not be able to come up against too much of a challenge against the City side, even though they've been phenomenal recently. But I just feel like City will have enough in the tank to take care of them. 2-0.
2-0, and I think I'm probably going 2-1 Burnley. I just feel I don't know, man. I even though they lost against Chelsea,
you don't want City to win. I understand.
No, I've predicted City 6-0, 5-0, 4-0, but I just feel they've been on a really good form, and the way the season's going, there might be like a twist again.
Yeah.
And with Liverpool now coming back, and there might be like if City lose, then the Liverpool City game, I think the week after is going to be crazy. So
huge.
Yeah, of course, there's a bit of bias there as well in my prediction. But Sean Dykes, I think, will be very, very angry with that Chelsea performance, and I think he'll strengthen that defense. The players, I think they'll show up this time, and they love challenges, right? That's what I'm saying. So I think I'll probably go 2-1 Burnley, but I could be terribly wrong like I was before. But yeah, Fulham versus Leicester. Fulham with the draw. Leicester losing to Leeds, you can see that Vardy missing, either if it's Vardy or Madison, it does impact when they miss Leicester games.
100%. And I think they faded off very quite badly towards the end of last season as well. You can see those flashes coming back with them missing some key players, and with them starting like with the way they started off, they just felt like they're losing that little bit of steam, and that's gonna cost them dearly, especially in their challenge towards top four.
Yeah,
And Fulham is known for their draws. They've been drawing way too many games, so I'm gonna go with another draw, 1-1 to this game.
you're gonna go 1-1. I think that's a good call. I'll probably go 2-1 Leicester.
Fair enough.
2-1 Leicester. But I think it's going to be difficult for them. It's not going to be easy, but they'll need to step it up, right? They'll need to step it up because especially for that top four race, they're in and about, so they'll want to be consistent. Hopefully, when Vardy is back, they'll be back to winning ways, but they'll want to they want to go too far behind, right, when he's not there. So.
Yep.
Yeah, moving on to the next game, Leeds versus Everton. Everton was a shocking loss. Leeds, on the other hand, a really good win. They'll be excited, and that's what it is with them. There is criticism of the way they play and stuff, but the guy doesn't change, and it's entertaining to watch. So neutrals will never complain about that. And to be honest with you, a newly promoted side playing like this, getting these results, I think they're punching above their weight like crazy. Like, you can criticize them all you want and say why don't they defend this and that, but if you can play that quality of football and pick up results like they did against Leicester, I think fair enough. So your thoughts on this game?
100%. I mean, I've always been a fan of this kind of Leeds performances. I mean, every now and again you see these kind of performances, and it just warms your heart because these guys put in a real shift and come out with the 3 points, and we've seen it in the past as well. I mean, yes, they're not consistent enough, and maybe they will get better as if they like have a couple of seasons in the Premier League. But I just feel like this Leeds side is going nowhere anytime soon. I think that they're here to stay for a bit, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be how it's going to. I mean, it's going to be. It's not going to be easy. They're going to have to figure some stuff out. They're going to have to be a little bit more consistent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just think that Everton has really lost what their mojo, unfortunately, and they've suddenly started to look a little bit just very ordinary. But I think I expect more from Carlo Ancelotti to really pick this team up a little bit. I just don't see why he's not able to do it because he has a pretty decent squad. It's not like he's struggling with some weaker players or anything of the sort. I think he has some good players. He just needs to get them going. It's surprising. I'm gonna go with the Leeds 2-1 win. I just think that Ancelotti is not figuring out something that he really needs to quickly figure out if he wants to keep that hopes of top four alive, because they're starting to slip away very quickly. With the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea also now starting to rack in those points. So something Everton needs to do something, and they need to do something very quickly if they want that top four challenge to be continuing for themselves.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think you got that spot on. And I think, Ancelotti, like, you expect him to be more organized. Like, he's done really good. So it's a bit, but then he produces that typical Ancelotti performance as well. So it's difficult to say. I think with this season, everyone's going through that. But I just changed my mind last second because I just realized, against Newcastle, it was something like it was a defensive team, so they were hard. They're finding it hard to break down, even though they shouldn't. They have the likes of James Rodriguez, they have Calvert-Lewin and Sigurdsson.
Yeah.
But I think this Leeds team is going to attack. So
100%.
when they attack, I think there's going to be gaps at the back, and I think this Everton team will enjoy that. So I'm probably going with a 2-1 Everton. I had Leeds in my mind until the last second because
actually that's a good point. Actually, that open kind of play for someone like the kind of way that Leeds play will suit Everton better.
And I was just checking who they lost to, and I just saw Newcastle. So I said, Newcastle is not something probably Everton would enjoy. They'll sit back and everything, like a Burnley kind of fixture. So I think this fixture they'll enjoy it a bit more. And I think, and with Leeds, I've seen that, a really good win and then a loss. But more than that, it's just the way these two teams play. So that's why I'm going with a 2-1 Everton win. And then moving on, for me, this is the fixture of the week. I'm really looking forward to it. Aston Villa versus West Ham, man.
Yeah, I think both of them punching above their weight, doing very, very well this season. Top of the table for both of them, ahead of the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, and stuff like that. So they've been doing very, very well. And this is going to be a litmus test for both of them. I think that whoever comes out on top with this will probably be the more kind of favorite to mount a challenge on the top four. And that, in my opinion, is going to be West Ham. 2-1 to West Ham.
You're going 2-1 West Ham. I'm going 2-1 Villa.
Yeah,
I'm going 2-1 Villa. Grealish again, man. He played really well in the last game. Gave a good assist. But they were also, like you said, I think they were a bit lucky with some referee decisions. So 2-1 for Villa. And moving on, Liverpool versus Brighton.
Yeah, I think Liverpool now starting to get their mojo back as well. I mean, we've been talking about like it took them a while to figure out they had a poor start to 2021, but I think the couple of games in the row, even the game against West Ham was pretty good, a nice comfortable 3-1 win for them as well. So I think they've figured it out. I think that they know what they need to do, and I think that Brighton won't be a challenge, even though Brighton will be. I mean, I won't call them high on confidence. They've been an ordinary to Spurs side, so like I mean, they'll take some confidence out of it, but I think Liverpool win this one easily 2-0.
2-0 for Liverpool. I actually think that Liverpool were always playing good, man. They're just not finishing.
Yeah. And now
And
they figured that out.
the chances Salah scored, he missed all of those before. So
Yeah,
that's the only difference. Now he scored 2 goals. The guy has been, I never took him out of my FPL team. I know that he always gets into scoring positions. Like you can't take him out. Yeah, like captaincy, like I got costed a bit because like he wasn't performing, he wasn't scoring, but he always gets into those positions and Liverpool always create chances. So, like people who are counting them out, Liverpool fans themselves are becoming like, oh, we need to go into the market, this and that. They just need to calm down. And, they're losing a player like Van Dijk. So like when he comes back, it's going to be a bit more different. But despite him, they're winning games. So I don't think there's much issue. Having said that, it's going to be 1-1.
Fair enough.
No, I don't think it's fair, but yeah.
No, I mean it is. I mean, for me, how Spurs are, for you, that Liverpool
Yeah.
is like that. So
Yeah, I mean, from that point of view, Spurs versus Chelsea, the greatest London derby ever. I mean, both teams are in poor form, but Chelsea will take a lot of confidence because beating a Burnley team 2-0 is not easy. They've done that. Tuchel, credit to him. He's not got much time, but he's getting the team together. Maybe there's a bounce coming for them, a good winning streak. Spurs, on the other hand, have been very poor. I have to say, I like that team. I like their manager. I like their players. But now, even with Kane missing, it's further hampered the chances. They're not even scoring the opportunities that they get, the 1 or 2 opportunities. There's a lot of pressure on Son. So yeah, your thoughts going into this game?
I have so much to say, man. I think that we just need another podcast for that. But I mean, everyone talks about the Spurs side being like the side and everything and the best side ever and all that bullshit. What have they won in the past 12 years? 0. And this is the best Spurs side. They can't beat they can't beat like a Brighton. What nonsense is a bullshit team. Like I mean, like the kind of emotions that are going, the happiness that is coming out of this, you have no idea. And this is the best Spurs side. And we are going through transition, new manager. We're changing players left, right, and center. We're still better than them, man. It's just like I don't understand the. I mean, people start talking about like anything. If not London is anything but red, that's people are like their minds don't work if they think like that. So, having said that, yeah, I think an easy win for Chelsea, 2-1.
But then, how did you lose to this team if they're so easy to beat?
We didn't lose to them
in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that was a long bet.
So you said 1-0 Chelsea?
2-1 to Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Bro.
You have a 2-1 to Chelsea too?
No, I don't. I think that's a good prediction, but it could be a draw as well.
Yeah, it sure could.
Yeah, I'll probably go. 1-0.
Fair enough. And I just want to make clear also, like, my the kind of words that I brought out with Spurs is just because a lot of people talk a lot of nonsense and it's not true. Spurs are just a mediocre team. You just gotta understand that.
I can't say anything right now. I can't say anything right now. There's nothing for me.
Anas, I love you, but bro, you need to figure it out, man. Like, your choices in teams has been poor.
But like, credit to them. They, they've done whatever. They reached the Champions League final. They've played some really good football. But yeah, right now they're going through a difficult patch. But hopefully, like how you stuck to Arteta. And hope for a turn. Hopefully it's a Spurs turn as well. But yeah, they'll need to do something because Kane is a big miss, and if already they've not been creating as many chances. So if they don't put those away, the minimum chances that they are creating, they're gonna have big problems going forward. 100%. And we saw that today against Brighton as well. So I think they will need to fix something. And yeah, let's see how it goes.
They need to fix it quickly if they want to even consider otherwise the competition that's going on, I think they'll finish outside of a Europa spot as well. I think if they don't start to fix things quickly.
I like how you change your opinions on when it's like Arsenal. Like, don't worry, they're gonna flip it around.
Yeah, but they will, and they have, right? The past month has been decent. So
That's true. But yeah, you're right. I
it's
think
my time. Let me talk. When I can, then I'll have to
yeah,
shut
no,
up.
no, you're right. But I think also the fact that like we've seen Spurs in the past, like it's happened, so they'll want to flip it around fast. And
Right.
for me, the biggest thing is Harry Kane. I think that's going to
I
affect
think
them the
I agree
most.
100%. I think without him, I think they looked really poor against Brighton as well. So they need to figure out what they need to do up front. I mean, Gareth Bale, if they want to play him, then just bring him on and stick with him for a few games. Let him figure it out. Let him understand his teammates a little bit better if they want to do that, or if they want to go with Son up top. I don't know what they want to do, but they have to figure out quickly and they have to like stick with it for a few games and just give them enough time. I mean, I'm not sure what the news is with Kane. I don't know when he's going to be back and stuff. But till he's back, I'm sure there'll be at least 5 or 6 games in the middle of that, and they cannot afford to lose or draw many more of those. So they're gonna have to figure it out quickly.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Chelsea, you're confident that they're turning it around now under Tuchel?
I think so. I've always mentioned Tuchel is, in my opinion, a very good manager, and he has a very good squad. Frank Lampard was not able to get out the best out of it because some of the members of the team turned on him, and those things usually managers can find it very hard.
Yeah,
And we Ryan was in the pod in our pod, and he mentioned the likes of Rudiger, the likes of Alonso. These are the guys who turned on him, and they are playing now, so they probably won't be turning on Tuchel. So
yeah.
tactically he can use these players and slowly try to integrate them in the team and try to get their confidence back, and I think that's going to help him. I think technically also he had a very good game against Burnley. He figured out how to break this Burnley sat down, and he did pretty well. 2-0
Yeah,
maybe
seriously, like
10 minutes
credit to
ago.
him. Like I was actually surprised. So yeah, I think
Yeah, so
interesting times ahead. It's going to be a great
and it's a
week.
good time to play Spurs only because they're short on confidence as well, and they don't have Harry Kane. So it's a good
Yeah,
time for
hundred
them to
percent.
play them, and this is the most real I've tried to be all through.
Yeah, no, 100%. And if they can win this game, Chelsea, then it'll give them a lot of confidence going forward, and that top four race will be back on for them. And it's that kind of season. Like teams have been going up and down, up and down. But with Spurs, I completely agree. I think like injuries is going to be a problem because they don't have that backup. So I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Bale situation, with the Son
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
So yeah, I completely agree with you on that point. Let's see how it goes. There's a lot of good games to watch out for. One thing I just wanted to mention that we're still seeing some quality football despite so many games. Players are getting tired out, but it's I think credit to the managers as well, rotating the squads and everything. So hopefully we get to see a really good, another really good, exciting game week.
100%. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Any last thoughts?
No, I'm just looking forward to some very good games this week.
Perfect, and take care. You're getting it right these days, and I think as long as
Well,
Spurs
let's
and
hope.
Spurs keep losing, Arsenal keep winning, I think you'll be doing good in the predictions.
That's literally what it needs to happen. Spurs can keep lose, Arsenal can win. I'll be
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Because all the other ones, I usually try to use my mind a little bit, but with
yeah.
these two, it's just simple for me.
Yeah, for sure. Enjoy the games, and I'll catch you very soon because the way the fixture list is, like we're gonna keep talking, keep doing shows. So yeah, see you soon.